Hi, I'm Nanji. I'm the co-founder of ImproveCX, and today I'm being joined by Joshi, who's a principal sales consultant with Oracle, working on the mobile platform and Chatbot specifically. And I'm also with Gemma Yussuf, who's the business development manager, also working on the mobile platform and Chatbots. So thanks for joining me.
No problem.
Would you say that you need a lot of technical skills to be able to do a chatbot implementation, or is it fairly straightforward? What would you say?
I believe so, that you can get up and running with the bot, give it some intelligence fairly quickly without having to know a lot of technical detail.
Yeah.
But the intelligent piece or the clever bit comes when you integrate it with your downstream systems or your other enterprise applications.
Okay.
And that might require a bit of technical knowledge and know-how to be able to do that.
Okay.
But the skill set you need to have for that is widely available in the market. So you can easily have a very good bot up and running in a very short space of time using the platform that we have, compared to the other options that are available in the market.
I was just going to say, actually, being a business development manager, when we first ran the Masterbot training for the internal staff at Oracle, I was lucky enough that it was being ran in the UK, so I actually went along and I managed to complete every single lab, and I'm not a coder in any way, but obviously when it starts getting more into the custom components and piece, then you obviously need to have that development capability, but actually around sort of just training the bot, adding the utterances, the intents, the entities, and those kind of elements, then I think it's really straightforward.
Okay, good. So, and I can attest to that actually, that you can quickly get questions into the bot and get some meaningful answers coming back probably in a few minutes. That would be fair to say, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You also get the power of Oracle's mobile platform and everything that comes with it. Could the two of you maybe tell me about some of the extra power that I'm going to get by implementing my chatbot using Oracle technology rather than maybe someone else's technology? What's the USP? What am I going to get by doing it with Oracle that I might not get otherwise?
Well, first of all, the quick turnaround time with the ability for you to build the bot within a very short span of time.
Okay.
Given that other competitors might be able to do something similar, but they do not have the enterprise-grade platform to integrate with various different applications that you might want to do. Because a bot is not just a small thing; it's probably a small part of a massively large ecosystem that you would like to connect to various different systems. As part of the mobile cloud platform, you also have the ability to make APIs, which is much more reusable as a reusable asset to be able to use with many different bots, or even expose your APIs as part of your mobile application. Maybe you have some native mobile applications, but you would like to have generate enough applications to be able to leverage for customers or even internal audience. They can also leverage things like push notifications to be able to get notifications on your system, enterprise-grade security model to be able to authenticate your users throughout. I think it's the beauty of the platform is based on a technology which is quite open source, so you can get skill sets available in the market quite easily and readily, right? So it's JavaScript. JavaScript, you can build the application on mobile cloud platform.
Okay, lovely.
I think that my favourite thing about it in sense of intelligent bots is the fact that it's omni-channel. So the ability that you can build once and then you can decide which channels that you would expose that through. So it could be Facebook Messenger, or it could be using a webhook that integrates into your website or your existing mobile application. At the same time, we can also expose that through some of the audio assistants such as Alexa and Google Home.
That's very rightly mentioned actually by Gemma, that if you build a bot, let's say I want to book a travel bot, for example. I have an application which can do the travel booking for me or expenses for me. I can have the same API, the same functionality being exposed through a bot on a Facebook Messenger or even a custom application that I have in a chat or even a web or even Siri or Alexa or Google Home, right?
Yeah.
And the same bot, same APIs being leveraged in that multi-channel facet.
So create it once, but
use it anywhere.
many. Yeah,
exactly.
Lovely.
So you give a very immersive and well-rounded experience to your users.
Okay.
So they don't have to worry, oh, I have only got this, or I'm not with my phone, or I can just talk to Alexa. Alexa, book me my favorite journey number 1.
Lovely.
Can you just book me my favorite journey from Reading to London for tomorrow?
It's good there's no Alexa here.
Otherwise they would have done it by now.
So I wanted to ask you, there's this general buzz, isn't there, around chatbots? Everyone's suddenly talking about chatbots and everyone's talking about AI. Could you maybe, the two of you, starting with Gemma, tell me, why is there all this buzz around chatbots? What's so cool about them? Why is everyone talking about them now?
Well, it's the new big thing, isn't it?
Okay.
So it started off with web, and then suddenly apps, and everyone was like, is it the death of web? But it's not. And in the same time, we're at this new kind of interjunction where people are saying, is this now the death of apps? And it's not. We can coexist with web, apps, as well as chatbots. And I think the kind of new exciting thing is about cutting costs. So when you think about a call centre, they must get so many phone calls, or the virtual assistants, so many inquiries that are just what I call lazy inquiries, where it could be that they could navigate on a website and be able to find the answer, but instead it's easier to pick up the phone or ask a virtual assistant those questions. It could be something as simple as password reset. If we can take a bot that can automate human tasks, those repetitive tasks, then you can start to see the impact that's going to have, because you can reduce on the amount of people phoning up or talking to web assistants, and they can focus on the really complex stuff and leave the bot stuff to do the kind of simple tasks.
So it's interesting because Sid, you were earlier today in the chatbot training we were doing, you were talking about how easy it is to deploy your chatbot into Facebook Messenger. And you asked us all, I'm sure all of you have got, a Facebook account.
Yeah.
And of course there's always one, isn't there?
There's always one who is not.
99.9% of people had a Facebook account, didn't they? Could you talk a little bit about the popularity of these messaging apps? Because everyone's using them, right?
I would start with the initial part of the question, and then I'll go to the second part. The initial part, I think the reason chatbot is giving so much of interest or so much of a buzz around the industry right now, I think, is firstly, by default, human. We are a conversational people. We like to have a conversation.
Which is what
you
we
put
do
it
now.
anywhere, we would all want to have a chat. The previous bits which people used to be doing is like, oh, I'm having a browsing website. It's not a communication. You're not interacting. You're just reading. You're just soaking things in. Virtual assistant was very basic. It was able to just get some information, ask a question, it will try and find that answer for you. Where IntelliGenBot comes in is it's giving you the enough machine learning and AI capability and natural language processing to be able to understand the end user's question and give it a meaningful answer like a conversation. But at the same time telling the end user, I'm a bot, I'm not a human you're interacting with, but I'm trying my best to be able to answer your question. That's one great feature, and this is one of the reasons why we see a lot of uptake in the chatbot platform. Another side of things is the Generation Z, the next generation of consumers. They prefer to be on social networking. They prefer to be on a different channels compared to the old channels that we've all been used to. That's one thing. Another thing is the possible amount of cost savings that an organization can do, and the amount of new next generation consumers they can onboard onto them. It's the possibility is quite big. The horizon is quite nice and interesting. That's the reason we see a lot of uptake around chatbots right now. For the second part, I think the reason, because social has been quite big for quite some time now, right? But we are seeing ever more innovation in this space, right? Facebook used to be just about talking with friends, just about interacting with the people you like or follow the people you cannot meet all the time. But it's changing so much from that onto now chatting. Chatting with the people you know, but also chatting or interacting with organizations. You also have a marketplace in Facebook. I'm not trying to advertise Facebook over here, but I'm just saying that, but all I'm trying to say is that social platform, social is moving from just being social interaction to becoming a social platform on which businesses can engage with consumers or people can engage with socially with each other. So it's growing, and that's the new trend we are seeing in a lot more different places.
So if I sum that up and I said, I can now talk to a business in much the same way as I could previously talk to a friend, would that be a good summary of where Chatbots makes it easy for me?
Yeah, close enough. And I think a twist to that is I can get a more quicker response from a business through a chatbot. Then I might sit on a telephone for 45 minutes to get a particular query sorted out. So if it's a very quick fake FAQ kind of information, what's the status of my order? I ordered something a week ago, where is it? I can get that very quickly from a bot, possibly. Then I have to sit at the end of a form trialing a few different options before I can hire a human agent.
So
and the bot can also give you the capability to say if it cannot resolve your issue, you should be able to escalate it to a human agent.
So would it be fair to say that they're a fantastic return on investment? It's not a lot of money that you spend, but you're encouraging web self-service. It's on a channel that people are talking on much more. It's almost a no-brainer in terms of an investment. Would it be fair to say that?
I think it will depend on the business use cases and what business are trying to do. But I would strongly suggest is to have a consideration of what you can achieve and what would be your ROI, return of investment on this area.
So we've gone from cloud first now to mobile first to start thinking about chatbots for web self-service, right?
Yeah.
Start thinking of chatbot if you want to improve the user experience and attract more business, probably. And reducing the cost.
I was just going to say, like, looking at maybe something like a call center and doing some business analytics on, what are the logs that are coming in, what are the most common things that people are asking for. Once you've done that analysis, only then can you start to bring out those use cases that is going to give you that return.
So do the low-hanging fruit on a chatbot and let humans deal with the more complex stuff. Okay.
I would also come again. So in bots, right? The use cases are in enormous different categories. You can have B2C, B2E, B2B. Right? You have various use cases in each of these areas. I mean, I might be an organization where I want to give the most interesting experience to my employees. Right? I can build the bot to say, get the latest information. Any FAQs that you're looking after, you can go through the bot for that.
So you could do maternity leave or
exactly.
business cards or whatever.
You could even say, I want to create my timesheet or my expenses through the bot. I don't want to go to a website, log into a VPN to be able to do that stuff. I want my bot to be able to do that for me.
So I want you to do a little bit of imagination now.
There was a very good imagination.
Well, no, I'm talking more about what you're doing is happening now, isn't it? This is all. We're not talking about future stuff, are we? We're talking about things which are happening now. So if I wanted you to kind of imagine a scenario, maybe 6 months from now or a year from now, what do you see happening in the chatbot world, and how do you see Oracle, being at the forefront of this? What would you say, Gemma? What do you see happening?
Well, I would hope that we would have some really great kind of use cases within various different industries that's going to be able to show that level of intelligence about when you can start automating a call center, for example, and how much that relates to how much money they're saving, being able to kind of lower those costs, and how it improves customer service.
So it's not just about reducing costs, it's actually also about creating a better customer experience at the same time.
Because
it's all about innovation. Innovation to engage more people, give different experience, but to even do a good return of investment. If you're doing an investment, it's going to cost you more money than what it doesn't make financial sense to be able to go down that route, right? But what will make sense to go down any route is to say, is that in cost benefit, what return of investment do I see? What am I seeking for? Am I looking for reducing the overall cost of my running the business, or am I looking for increasing more consumption or consumer? Exactly. So that's the fine line that businesses will.
So finally, I want to just give you an opportunity to plug some up and coming Oracle events. Can you maybe talk to me about, if I'm interested in chatbots and I'm interested in Oracle, perhaps I'm a business, or maybe I want to be a partner. What events have you got lined up in the next, say, month or two that would be good to know about?
Yeah, so obviously this week we've had quite a big week of events.
Yeah.
So we had the London App Brewery meetup, where we were able to kind of give a little bit of a technical demo around the back end of IB.
Yeah.
Yesterday and today we've been running partner training that's been hands-on labs that's takes someone through building an intelligent bot and being able to connect that via Facebook Messenger. So I want to obviously look to run that. And what's happening now is next week is the roundtables. So this is aimed at business folk who almost want that introduction into chatbots. You know, what is a chatbot? Why is it important? What are the 10 best practices when it comes to creating a chatbot? This is a thinking around sort of use cases, really interactive forum. So that's next week. So we've got Reading on the 12th, we've got Birmingham on the 13th, and London on the 15th. The week after that is even more important because this is
busy period for you guys, isn't it?
Massively. So it's the pre-launch of Oracle Mobile Cloud Enterprise. So this will be the full suite, which obviously includes MCS as well as intelligent bots, as well as customer experience analytics. So we're going to be having almost like a party with everybody coming to join us, partners, customers, internal staff.
Yeah, keep the champagne on ice for me, I'll be there.
Prosecco these days, darling.
No worries. All right, so anyway, thank you very much, Sid, and thank you very much, Gemma. This is really useful for people to get a feel for it, and thanks again, it's really appreciated.
Cool, thank you very much.